I started my profile 3 months ago, and I'll be honest, I am pretty RNG carried, and I have been since the 3rd day of playing. Upon deciding I wanted to be a mining rush, I went to grind commissions to hit Heart of the Mountain tier 7, but one of the commissions that you can get requires you to obtain the Topaz Crystal. One can only get such crystal by defeating a giant magma cube boss called the Baal, found in its lair, the Khazad-dûm. And as a new player, it's pretty intimidating. As I was being battered by the bare heat of the magma fields, I managed to bow away at the Baal. And to my utter surprise, I left the place with not only the Topaz Crystal, but also a legendary Baal pet, which is a 1 in 18,000 chance from hitting the boss. Fast forward a few weeks, I've advanced rather far. I've been able to make my way up through the economy of Skyblock and buy myself Divan's armor, and eventually even the second best drill in the game, the DRX 655. After drill mining for hours, I got a bit bored, and that's when something caught my attention. At the time, the Levels 2.0 update had recently come out. The thing that interested me in particular was that nucleus runs now gave Skyblock XP. So I sat down and scoured the internet for the most efficient way to do such runs, which involved collecting all 5 crystals in the crystal hollows from their respective structure, and placing them in the nucleus to be granted a loot pile. After finding out the perfect way to do all of these nucleus runs, I sat down, clicked the go live button for the first time on the SMPS channel, and started collecting the crystals. The loot pile that is generated after you place all 5 crystals has an assortment of different drops. The rarest being the Precious Pearl with a 1 in 1000 chance, the Quick Law with a 1 in 6000 chance, and the Divan's Alloy, which cycles between being a 1 in 80,000 drop and 1 in 8,000 drop based on when the last one was dropped. It was quite obvious that I wouldn't drop any of these in the total 60 runs that I was doing. Or at least statistically, because on the 55th Nucleus run, I was met with something that changed the course of my Skyblock experience forever. Yeah, I dropped an alloy, and if I quickly PV myself, I have 55 nucleus runs. That alloy is literally a third of my net worth. But this was not the last of my luck. The key thing about the Divan's alloy is that I had 2 options now. I could either combine it with my current drill to make the Divan's drill, the best drill in the game, and continue mining, or sell it to get a hefty sum of 850 million coins. I gambled on the latter as I grew kind of bored of mining, and I thought maybe it was a sign to get into another part of the game. I sold the alloy, claiming the immense fortune that my 2-month-old profile was now subject to, and bought various combat gear so I could venture into the catacombs. After climbing my way through all the base difficulty floors, I had now met the requirements of using the Hyperion. And lucky for me, I had a friend who rarely plays, and has a Hyperion. So I messaged him and asked if I could borrow it for an indefinite amount of time, and much to my expectations, he said yes. So now I had one of the best weapons in the game, and the RNG of a literal god. So what better thing was there to do than dungeons? Notorious for having some of the best drops in the game, such as the Necron's handle and the Giant Sword. I tried my luck with floor 7 a few times. The reason for failure, however, wasn't only my low catacombs level, but also the lack of brain cells in my monkey finder teammates. So it was pretty difficult to get through the boss, as it required a whole 50 IQ to do. The reason I wanted to do floor 7 is that it had an assortment of rare drops in itself, many of which were millions of coins of profit. And alongside this, it also gave a large amount of catacombs XP. After suffering through my 16th run, this is what I was greeted with. I don't even know what's good anymore. Huh? With the Bro, what the hell is that luck? I've done 16 runs! Even despite the marginal profit, it was still around a 1 in 885 drop chance, so it was a pretty rare drop. After deciding that I wanted to do a more chill floor, I started running floor 6s. This was to slowly chip away at getting my catacombs level up, and to learn secret routes, as being efficient with clearing secrets in rooms speeds up your runs substantially, and the faster the run, the more XP you get. Floor 6 isn't too complicated, but it does house 2 very useful items in the game. The Giant Sword, one of the strongest melee weapons for out of dungeons, and the Precursor Eye, a deadly helmet that can fire a laser, often used in the Kudra boss fight, both of which have a less than 1 in 1000 chance to drop after finishing a run. At the time, I had only about 260 runs, so a Giant Sword or a Precursor Eye was way out of my expectations, but as you probably gathered by now, much to my surprise, this happened. I like the block. Wait. Let's go. Let's go. After finishing editing the video and uploading it and setting the premiere, I decided to go run some more floor 7s. But so do you remember how I said I'm a little bit RNG carried? This happened. Hey, so you know, I'm pretty good at dropping RNGs, right? So I was running some floor 7s, right? You can see I'm in a floor 7 right now, and I opened this bedrock chest, and I was met with a Necron's handle. So, and also someone else got inflation, but I was met with this little Necron's handle over here, little 570 mil. I have 54 runs. Hold on, let me tell my guild real quick. I have 54 F7 runs, by the way. Yeah, so I have this now. So I'm actually gonna have to cancel the video that's coming out in 1.5 hours because I've dropped this thing now that I need to add to the video. So, yeah, that's sick. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed, as I'm currently trying to overtake ILOYUK in subscribers for the first time since 2021. I'm also opening a Discord at 1k subs if you're interested. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.